Hi everybody, I am here today with my newest mini album. This is using Graphic 45 Spring is in the Air collection, and I have designed this as part of a kit that I will be offering that has all of the pages pre-cut and scored, and all of the Graphic 45 papers will be cut for you, so all you have to do is follow along with the assembly guide and put together your album. Now the kit will come with the basket, it will come with the chipboard cover, and it will come with the chipboard pieces in the album, so I'll talk more about that in just a minute. I will also be offering just the tutorial if you are interested in purchasing the tutorial, if you already have purchased the Graphic 45 papers and you would like to make this album. The basket will be available for sale. The chipboard cover will be available for sale, and the chipboard pieces will also be available for sale individually. Everything will be linked in the description box below if you are interested, so go ahead and check those links out to look at all these different products. This album measures 6.5 by 7.25. The spine is 2.5 inches. It has a rounded spine here, but if I turn it up like this, it is just a fake rounded spine. It does have a regular spine here, so if you don't like the rounded spine look, you can actually leave that off and it is perfectly fine. It actually comes with the 2 spines in the kit for your cover, so you can decide if you don't want to put that cover on. This album has 4 pocket pages. They are top loading. The way this is decorated here, it is designed to hold, it has 39 mats. That is not including the large pocket mats. So you could probably put about 50 photos in this album. Now on the front cover here, I have several pieces from the ephemera collection popped up. I just wanted to put a little bit of dimension on the front cover, and then I have the butterfly here popped up as well. Now I'm going to bring this closer. Hopefully you can see those gems along that scalloped edge here, just to give it a little bit of extra decoration. And then I have the pink trim here that does match the trim on the basket. Everything that you will need for your album that you see here, the trim, the pink trim here, the white trim, and the gems are going to be included in your kit. One quick note before we get into the inside pages of the album, I did use my crocodile corner chomper. I used my scalloped edge here on my pieces, but I am not using this for all the pieces in the kit. So if you purchase the kit, your corners will be cut as a square, and then you can choose to use the scallop if you have this, or you have a corner rounder, or you can just leave it as is. So none of those pieces will have the scalloped edge on the inside unless you use your own punch to punch all of those pieces. That's the only thing that will be different from the look of my album here and the kit that you will receive. Now I've left the front and back covers plain, so you could place more photos here if you choose to do so. Starting on the front cover, I do have some gems on all of the fronts of the pages, again, just to give it a little bit of extra. I have a double layer chipboard piece here. These are included in the kit, and they're also available for sale. This opens up, and I've added a frame here instead of backing the piece so that you could use the journaling card. So I really like the front of the card, but I wanted to have it be functional as well. If you wanted to, you could place a photo here. That would make 40 photos, so this was not included in that 39 photo count. Now this here opens up. There's room for 2 photos. Anytime there is something over a photo mat, it is open so that you can place the photo behind it. In this here, this is actually a pocket, and it has a 4x6 photo mat, so you can place 2 full-size photos. Now in each of my 4 pages, I do have a photo mat here, and I've just kept them pretty plain. I've put a 1-inch strip of paper across the top on both sides, and all of them are the same. They have the same exact paper, so I will not pull them out. So these photo mats measure 5 inches by 7 inches, so you could put a 5x7 photo on here. You could put a couple of photos, and the reason that I don't cover this with paper is because I want the person who is using the album to decide what size photos they would like to put on the photo mat. For the back of page 1, I have another chipboard piece here with some of the ephemera, a little gem here, got a gem here and here. I'm going to start with this. This is a photo mat, again, full 4x6 photos, and this just tucks into that pocket and catches right on that little pool. This is magnetized. The magnets are included in the kit if you purchase the kit. So it's got one of the cards here, and then this flips down, and it's got room for 3 photos. On the front of page 2, we have a chipboard butterfly here. We've got some more of those gems. This is a belly band, so it has another large photo mat on the page for 2 more 4x6 photos. And then this part here has 2 photo spots, room for 4x4 photos here. There is another photo mat here in the top of the pocket, but I am not going to pull it out. So on the back of the page, we've got one of our double layered chipboard tulips here. Got some of the bling. On this belly band, we have a small photo mat for 2 wallet size photos. And then this is magnetized, so this flap flips open, room for a photo here. I have a journaling card tucked in here, and then you could place a photo if you wanted to there. That was not counted in the 39 photos either. This opens up again, room for 2 more photos. On the front of page 3, I'm going to start with this pull out photo mat here, room for 2 4x6 photos. You could also place smaller 3x4 wallet size photos or even smaller than that if you would choose to do so, but this does hold those full size photos. Then we have the double layered chipboard tulip here. We've got some of those gems. This opens up. We've got room for 2 wallet sized photos here. And then this also opens up this way, and we've got room for 2 more wallet size photos. There is another photo mat in the pocket here. Again, looks just like the one from the first page. On the back side of the page, we've got another one of those chipboard baskets. We've got one of the ephemera pieces with some gems. Then this photo mat here pulls out, room for 2 4x6 photos. This keeps this flap closed, and this flap will open here, room for 2 wallet size photos, and then this one is closer to a 4x4. On the front of page 4, we have one of the chipboard butterflies. We've got some gems. This is held closed here, so we've got 2 wallet size photos here, and on the center we have a double belly band. So you could place a 4x4 photo here if you wanted to cover that. Again, it's not counted in that 39 photos. There's room for a photo here on the back. This slips in the first belly band. And then on the back of the page, we have another full-size photo mat for 4x6 photos. On the back of the page, we have one of those double layered chipboard tulips. This is magnetized to keep 3 waterfall flaps closed. So we've got room for photos on the back side. You could place a photo here as well. Again, that is not included in that photo count, nor is here. So if you chose to put photos on both sides of your waterfalls, you would have additional photo space. And then here, we have one of our full-size 4x6 photo mats. Now the back cover looks just like the front cover, so it is just plain paper, so you could place additional photos here if you choose to do so. And then the back cover, I chose just to keep plain because of the pretty blue color for the cover, but you could cover it if you choose to do so. Now in the kit, I do have this piece here cut, so if you don't want to see my business logo, you could definitely place this here and still leave that cover blank. There is plenty of paper left over as well, so if you are interested, you could just cut one of the extra papers and cover this. It wouldn't be the same as this cover, but you could cut one of those papers to completely cover it to give it that same look. So this is it for my new Graphic 45 Spring is in the Air mini album. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is designed as a mini album kit. So you will get the 5 pieces to make the basket, you'll get the cover, you'll get the chipboard pieces, all the Graphic 45 papers, the base pages cut and scored for you, all the ribbon, the gems, the ephemera pack comes in the kit, so everything that you see here is included. The only supplies that you will need to provide are your basic craft supplies, including things like adhesive, a paper trimmer if you need to cut anything down, scissors, bone folder, those basic craft supplies. If you are interested in purchasing this completed album, it will come with the basket. I will also be listing this album for sale. However, it will be a couple of weeks before I ship this out because I will need this as a reference for making sure all the kits are cut correctly. So I will have an expected shipping date listed on that as well. So if you're interested in purchasing the album, any of the pieces you see here, or the Graphic 45 kit that I have made, everything is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.